세러데이 쇼다운 T1 대 젠지 또 너냐?
Yeah, and I think it makes a lot of sense when you kind of know that the Kai'Sa wants to be paired up with like an engaged support, so the Zayed as well there. As you said, the Rakan is a standout for Delight, but might have a bit of difficulty playing into the likes of an Annie, can really easily get blown up in that matchup. And, you know, speaking of duos that we've seen time and time again, Kai'Sa Nord is definitely a mainstay.
And we saw the Delight pick, the Rakan picked into Annie compositions very recently as well, and it went horribly wrong. I believe that was for D+ earlier in the week. It's Cassante for him to deal with, but it should be all right. Let's have a look as we hop onto the Rift for game number 1 with the ability to Hex Flash. It's like you want to get that flash on cooldown as soon as you can. It's probably not here in this mid lane, as this could get pretty volatile. As you can see, Chovy already taking a fair bit of damage. Grizzly going to be moving over. It is going to be some vertical jungling. As Peanut's Poppy is pretty good, guys. He's played it quite a few times. Hasn't lost on it very many times.
And now Delight also has Hex Flash unleashed, but I think setting up for a dive, super potent with this Poppy. Very hard to outplay. Remember, no cleanse on Viper, so if you get stunned against the wall...
Yeah, it does have full health, so there's at least that, as now Delight is going to get on in there. Viper immediately heals. The heroic charge doesn't do too much. First blood goes to the Kai'Sa, and it's not the cleanest of dives here from Genji.
Gotta say, considering how rough it looked for a period, Genji can be pretty happy with how it panned out. You know, it's a 1-for-1 overall, but the wave denied from Viper is surely Peanut's good.
Yeah, I think he's fine. He's got a few different options when it comes
Life
to
does have
his,
flash.
Okay, is he gonna actually use it?
No.
No. No.
Champion in each lane, and you're this new rookie jungler?
Yeah. Oh, that minion really had it coming there as Life. Not really going to find too much CC. He's taking a lot of damage, though, as Pays looking to try and get that flash, and he does so. Now Viper not able to offer too much back at this point in time. Gleaming Quill flies out to add insult to injury, but Life is just going to go home and start making all that money that way. As Life, Hex Flash is going to get channeled here. I've seen this one before, but Battle Dance exists. That's a great hook onto Pays, though, who immediately has to cleanse, but it's not going to be enough. Grizzly gets over the top, and Viper is going to grab another one. Really nice pickup there, and killing Pays. Yeah, Peanut's going to see the ward that just went down, so they know exactly what's going on here. Peanut's still going to come on over. Not sure whether it is going to be dive territory, especially with just Abamis, as Zeka does get a cheeky little stun on Chovy there. And that is just going to be Rift Herald thrown down. Looks like Pays and Delight. Even though things went a little bit wrong earlier, he should be absolutely fine. Keeper's Verdict comes in. That's a cute little flash out from Life, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough to keep him alive, and that is going to be a kill just gifted over to Pays. Another plate remains, but it looks like Genji are going to let this turret survive for the moment. Viper comes down to try and clean it all up. Actually going relatively aggressive, but not going to proc the passive or anything like that. Yep.
Or I don't.
I respect it. Absolutely respect the decision. As Kingan's taking a lot of damage here. Doran actually in a very good position on this Renekton. We'll just taxi that way forward, as that's an all-out, and the Crocodile is going to have to press the Dominus button. There's a flash, and he's just dead. That's a solo kill for Kingan. Really nicely played here, but an overextension from the Crocodile. Just the heal out of Viper.
Yeah, I love the
killer instincts as well.
I love the fact that he knows that. Because I think Genji would have been super...
Hook somehow going to catch onto Chovy here. He's going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. Does so, at least for the moment, as now Pays at full health. Lots of damage onto the Nautilus, as that's a Keeper's Verdict. They take down the Naut, as well as Viper is looking to try and get the work done, but it's not really going to work as the Blade Fall is in from Pays. Tibber's going to get a teleport on, as now it's Grizzly's turn to pop off. He's now a Xayah, picks up the double. This is the brand new guy from Challenger. Man, he's looking good here in this particular moment. That's going to be the triple. Grizzly just wins him a team fight.
Grizzly comes in and carries that team fight completely, and it's perfect for Grizzly to show up with everything available to get these resets in.
Just immediately flashes on top of the Xayah. His Xayah play, not too bad here either, as we can see.
And I feel like picking up a champ like LeBlanc, who has a dash, who has CC, one of the best when you're playing Viego. And yeah, cleans it up so well.
나이스, 성훈이. 욕 먹고.
Big brother Zeka.
Celia still down, haven't taken a tower yet, and with that Herald in favor of Genji, they're still in a comfortable spot.
Chovy just going to get heartbroken. And Zeka's going to finish off that kill. That's another one This Death Note, man, he's ticking them all off, is Grizzly. Even just a singular moment can really catch you unawares. That's precisely what has happened as Genji looking to try and kill a Cassante. This has theoretically gotten better after about 1 billion different nerfs. It's still going to take some time, and they will take him down.
Yeah, always risky because he's trying to look for the angle where he can get a long ult through a wall and then no one can follow and it changes that 1v1, but doesn't find the angle there. Game inches.
Yeah, Kingen rotating over as well. Chovy on the flank, looking to try and get some of that value as Kingen dives towards him. Doesn't want to take too much of the poke as Pays. Voidseeker is going to soften him up just a little bit. Genji, they want this team fight. Chovy gets in. There's another proc. Viper still offering a fair bit, though, as a hook is going to connect onto Doran. He has to go golden right in the middle of this fight. Delight lands the grand entrance onto 3, though, and Viper is just wiped out. Zeka can't do anything. It is a flash from Kingen for him to escape. But Genji, they'll take their first dragon and destroy the team fight.
The carry the previous fight goes down, and we can see it here.
He got the 3-man knockout. We saw that.
Yeah, he did. He's very correct.
Absolutely.
And also called to focus Kaisa, and you know what? Kaisa did die. Reset to defend here. Does have TP, so they're looking for a fight now.
Yeah, they're going to dive onto Doran yet again. It didn't work out so well last time. That grand entrance wasn't the greatest, but the Viego just sort of pops out of nowhere. Pays able to free hit in this fight as well as Chovy lands the chains, gets the flash out of Viper. Just going to have to run away. Genji, just a little bit too big at this point in time.
You know, sometimes you say you only get one. You only get one mistake. I don't even think Honor Life got that. They didn't even get a single mistake because, you know, they made one and it was over.
Yeah.
They didn't even get one oops.
Oh, here's another one, though. So they definitely don't get two. If you don't get one, you definitely don't get two.
Yeah.
It's another little bit of a court warding situation there. Life, I mean, he's the one that has to do it.
Shiv, Kaisa, a lot of MR picked up by Genji with the morph and Pays and double.
Oh, that's a flash tip. It only lands onto one, though. Steadfast presence to try and keep Chovy alive, but it does not work out. Depth charge comes in. Grizzly diving forward. He's now a LeBlanc. Not quite able to make that one happen, though. The Heartbreaker gets over, and he is in the back of the fight now. But Genji are just taking matters into their own hands. Heroic charge is decent, as that is a flash Heartbreaker. Grizzly trying to get out of there. There's some cool mechanics, but it really doesn't matter. They're 9,000 gold behind, and Genji is still going to push.
Feels like a bit of a heartbreaker for Grizzly here. Not able to finish that through, but actually looking. He still has the original ult.
Okay, they do manage to get the knock-up onto Kingen as he gets in there. As that's the Heartbreaker, does actually come through. Oh! And there is the kill onto Pays as well. Kingen now, oh dear. It was the wrong one as Pays going to be able to lock another one down. That is Doran diving forward, and it's a triple kill. I got so confused because there were so many Rakans running around the rift, but as it turned out, Pays is alive. Speaking of waves, there's a large one in the bottom lane. Could be a difficulty here as the ulti is going to come forward. Kingen's out of there. Heroic charge comes down. Life is dead as an afterthought as the quickness is fantastic as well. Lands onto Grizzly, and you can see Delight now able to get on top of Viper alongside Doran, who's now a gigantic crocodile chasing after this Viego. And I think after this team fight, there is not a lot of coming back for Harmer Life Esports, and I don't think they can defend this particular Nexus that they have. Maybe the one in game number 2 is going to be a little bit more defensible, but this game number 1 version, it's not going to last too much longer, nor is Grizzly, although he's pretty quick, I guess. Still not going to be quick enough, and that is going to be Doran locking that one down. Teleport back as well. 19 to 11 the kill score. It is a 12,000 gold lead, and Genji will very comfortably take game number 1 against Harmer Life Esports here. Still, some good plays, some good moments from Harmer Life, just not really enough. As Pays throws a celebratory ultimate in some direction. I think he aimed that at Boris. Very interesting.
Super dominant performance there, and I think if you give Pays gold, he will do this sort of thing.
And also Doran doing like double what the Cassante did with his Renekton.
The Nautilus one, for example, and typically you'd expect to see something like the Alistar or the Janna into it, which can have a good matchup and kind of disrupt that dismount that she has.
Been a while since we've seen the Weather Woman towards that bottom side, but it looks like it's going to be the cow and will be picked up. Waiting for the return of Janna. Sure, it's going to happen at some point. See what the Harmer Life Esports can bring us to a game number 3. Let's get onto the rift.
Winning.
Yes.
And Ziz's been doing pretty good at that recently, since he's come back in the meta. And just generally, I feel like over the course of the champion's existence,
Yes. Delight's going to flash very early.
But what has he
Hex
unlocked?
flash.
Hex flash, exactly. You know?
I think he probably would have liked to have just flashed into that brush. See what he's going to go for as far as build is concerned as well. Went for the very interesting, more poke-orientated Kai'Sa build last time around with the Ludens, I believe.
You can go for that combo and have that empowered auto on the back end, whereas Rel, pretty potent levels 1 through 3.
And Ivan so far is a 5-0. It's actually interesting that it's won every single game.
Tends to backfire, but...
This time, he just goes for a little bit of a walk. And he will be all right. Peanut was struggling with the popcorn chickens. As now Chovy will take a little bit of damage there. Root Caller comes in, and Zeka will take another turret shot. Mainly in celebration, I think. He just kind of likes taking turret shots today. Oh no, it's another 200 years game. As Emperor's Divide is going to push Zeka towards Peanut. He has a trigger seed though. Delight's going to move in, see whether he can grab it. There's the combo, just based off the permafrost. Zeka, oh my goodness, keeps himself alive with fleet footwork and the shield from Grizzly. In their first series this week was lack of adaptation. And now they're playing one of the strongest comps on the patch, right? That is something that has only just happened. As there's a flash forward, Life is going to look to try and grab this engage. Only level 5, but Delight is still burning down. Peanut fighting with Zeka here off to the side, and Delight is still alive. Zeka will be able to make his way out. A really weird fight, to be honest, as Chovy is going to look to try and grab the Tristana, who once again is going to be able to limp out of this one. Well, as Delight's going to get dove on top of. Chains of Corruption will connect there as Viper is that level 6. Happy bee indeed, as this should be first blood. Does he have it? There's the flash, and Viper picks it up. First blood pretty late after the shenanigans that we had early. Still going to go over to the Varus of all champions.
Using honestly, looked like he wanted to try and commit.
Oh, that's a blast cone. Oh, don't tell Valdez.
He would be
having a day
right
off.
now.
Yeah, hopefully he's not watching. As Doran gonna look for Zeka. He doesn't have a lot of buttons left remaining as Peanut. Oh dear. Oh, he's got no health, but he has. Oh, never mind. He's still gonna die. They didn't manage to kill the Tristana quite fast enough, and now Grizzly will turn up. Doran taking a fair bit of damage as Emperor's Divide has to be used, but does so quite beautifully. As now Delight looking to follow. Genji not going to be able to find anything more here off the back end of this little fight, and it's continuous, just weird fights. Is that just what Ivan does? Is that what's happening here?
But still get the kill. Really solid move in here. Yeah, this is one of the unfortunate things, is that the rocket jump, if you don't get that reset, you're kind of stuck. And in melee range of an Ekton, not where you really want to be as a Tristana.
And,
or as a Jax.
Or as anyone, yeah. They're going to take themselves this plate as Glacial Prison is going to come down. Counter-Strike doing a lot of work here as Peanut. He cannot take this forever. And now Doran is going to have to slice and dice his way through, because there was a Zeka that made his way towards that top side. And Genji now behind enemy lines, but they should be able to meet up with Chovy or just go home. He didn't take PTA, unfortunately.
He has on-hit damage.
Yeah, but the doesn't go to Daisy. We're going to see another one of these. So Kingen going to get the fadeaway ult that comes through there. Pays is going to be the addition. Still has to flash as Kingen gets a lot of respect out of Genji. Let's see how Chovy's going to do on the other side of the rift. There's the Emperor's Divide, and he's taking a fair bit of damage, but is eventually going to be taken down. Zeka will be able to secure that one.
Daisy out as well, though. You know,
that's an extra 50. That's true.
Well, I mean, the tower got it, so...
Going to be used to take down this outer turret. They will be able to do so. 2 minutes on the Drake, so no need to fight for that river. Now, Genji want to deny this extra charge, and I don't think they're going to be able to... Oh, there we go.
Nice. Slick move.
Everyone going to be able to do it?
Yeah, honestly, they could have got the mid lane tier 1 before the Herald charge, and then it would have got the second charge, but...
Maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's about pacifism this time around with the Ivan vibes. As now Delight is going to say no to that. Life is just dead. Not a whole lot you can do here. And Daisy going to get amongst it. Peanut going to see what he can do as Zeka going to get stunned while he's in the air. So he will be A-OK. But still, it's going to be one pick. And Genji with control now of this river. Can they do Baron is the question.
TP coming in. So if Genji just wanted to be in the TP, they can back off now. But looks like they're committing heavily.
Yeah, Viper gets the Chains of Corruption from over the wall. Peanut will take a fair bit of damage here. Half of his health bar just from Viper's burst. Very scary stuff. Peanut does get himself out of the way. Doran now is pretty large, and they are able to take this one down. That is the Ivan being taken out as well. Genji will take the Baron, and they'll take the life of the jungler.
Yeah, but they still don't feel comfortable taking the fight, and yeah, Grizzly just split. Oh, wow.
Oh, dear.
Like, we just saw you die. You shouldn't be dying again.
No. Got the wrong name for that, as we are going to see this fight as well. This is live, isn't it? Yes, it is. Doran's taking a lot of damage. Slice and Dyson trying to get amongst it. You can see Grizzly able to keep everyone alive for so long. Doran is going to go golden now. They'll hold that kill for later as Chovy just explodes. Viper does so much damage with this full AP Varus build. Momentarily, at least does get out of there, as there's the Magnet Storm that we asked for before, but Life is taking so much damage. The value isn't quite there as Delight looks to try and taxi his way forward, and Chovy's going to be able to lock down the kill on this Tristana. Life also goes, and I have a feeling Genji are going to win this fight, grab themselves a Drake and take even more as Moonlight Vigil does come down. Not a massive amount of damage as Emperor's Divide does pretty much nothing, and Chovy is dead. And now Viper, oh dear, possibly an overstep, almost pops FaZe before going down, but he will die. And now it's Grizzly getting a smite down. He's going to survive for the moment as Kingan's pretty huge. Trigger Seed comes in, they take down Peanut. Now Grizzly, he's in a brush. He's in his natural habitat, but I don't know whether the Ivan is going to be able to survive the wrath of FaZe, as this outer turret is still alive as well. Good root caller, as Grizzly is going to be taken out by the Q from the Aphelios. They are sitting pretty at this point in time. 3 items onto FaZe as well as Delight. Going to come on over. Does tip Fedora, but we'll see whether he's going to be able to survive. Magnet Storm comes in, only 2 of them in this battle. Peanut just holding off, looking for his time to engage. Delight's going to be able to find the backline, and the Varus is just eradicated. Delight, I don't know, it's like he meant for that whole series of events to happen, as Doran, he's just dashing all over the Rift right now. The Rel going to be taken out once again, and Genji, they'll find a Gravitum onto Zeka, but I have a feeling that he's going to be allowed to live, because Genji sees some structures that they want to pull apart.
Yeah, and Viper just not able to find a comfortable spot to position in this fight. Gets taken down there, and Genji, this should just be them closing it out for 2-0. I don't think there's anything Zeka could do in this situation to defend.
Yeah, and it looked almost close for so much of this game, and now 9,000 gold the advantage as Genji look to try and finish off these Nexus turrets. FaZe playing so very well. Doran, he's definitely very, very tanky, but is he going to be tanky enough to survive here? The answer is, of course he is. That's a double kill for FaZe. He takes down Zeka and Life, and now he's looking for even more. Grizzly, not a whole lot to offer there, as Viper gonna flash on in, because you may as well. Chovy gonna take down his former teammate, and the Nexus going to be the next one to go, as Kingan will be able to claim the 1,000 gold, and as he dies, they kill the Nexus.
That'd be a lot. I feel like the controls for League don't really set you up for that. Yeah, FaZe doing a lot of damage, and you can see again the gold difference. It just kind of built up, and then it was over.
It was sort of 2 pretty slow and steady games.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG interview, and we are here joined by the undefeated team of the LCK, Genji, and the bottom duos are here to do the POG interview. What a day! How do you feel about this win today? First POG of the summer as well for your Delight. I'm so happy that we are extending our perfect run, and this is my first POG and feels amazing. Congratulations on that as well. And there's a fan sign about the Delight Recon. FaZe, you're now back on the first place on the POG ladder. How do you feel? Well, like I'm having sole position of POG first and the LCK first. Feels amazing, and yeah, feels great to win another series today as well. Game number 1, we had the classic Xayah Recon, the late game scaling duo. Well, I mean, Xayah Recon is a decent pick, but is that a best pick into Kai'Sa? How was it? So the trend right now is securing tips for the top side in the first phase, and then locking in your bottom picks in the second phase. So there were not a lot of picks available for the bottom lane. And then Poppy died early on in the dive comp, but still, we were able to go 50-50 in the laning phase with a lot of setups and help. And then Delight, your engage around that dragon was so on point. So let's take a look at this replay together. Do you remember this team fight? Yeah. It was a very decisive team fight. How did you find that angle?
처음에는 이제 도란 선수의 레미톤한테 이를 타고 가려고 했는데
So I was gonna attach
몰랐었거든요.
to Doran, you know, with my E, and then he used his stopwatch, so I was a little bit flustered at that point, but suddenly I saw the angle to go in with my ult, so I was able to, you know, make that play. And Peanut even said, you know, Delight, your recon was straight out from Naruto, like you're the yellow flash of the leaf. How do you feel about that compliment? Peanut doesn't really give a lot of compliment to his teammates, so yeah, that's a prize for me.
선수의 칭찬 스티커를 오늘 얻으셨군요. 기분 좋으실 것 같아요. 자, 그리고 이후에 또 페이지 선수가 너무
And
잘해주는 모습이
Paze,
있어서
you are also popping off together with Delight. Were you worried that Paze might take your POG away, which is your first POG of the season?
아, 처음 이제 첫 판은 당연히 이제
So,
나안 주면
game 1, I was like, I deserve this. If I cannot win this POG, there's something about this.
보여준 게 없어서 그럴만 했는데
But in the previous matches, you know, I was not on the POG level, but today, game number 1, I was definitely performing at the POG level. And Delight, I think you are one of the best engaged support players in the LCK. So were you happy about this new patch where a lot of enchanters got nerfed? So I think we are having a lot more diversity in the champion pool for support. So yeah, I'm having a great time. And also your Alistar was so tanky. Are we gonna see more of tank supports from you, Delight? I think that is the meta right now. So you guys will see a lot more different tank support picks in the future as well. And then game 2, you guys let Ivern through when it was having an undefeated score here at the LCK 5-0 so far. We had some plan to deal with that Ivern, and also we were playing up against Grizzly, a new player, you know, from CL, so we also thought he might not just play Ivern today. Paze, you won another POG on Aphelios. 5 out of your 7 POGs were on Aphelios. I guess you're really now confident about Aphelios, right? Yeah, obviously, you know, full confidence whenever I get to play Aphelios, and I think I'm gonna win even more POGs on Aphelios. Speaking of Aphelios, now let's take a look at this Aphelios highlight where you are able to showcase some crazy mechanics. Could you break down this team fight for us? So at this point, I'm just watching this and I did nothing. They just came in, so I ulted and I just backed away, and that's all. Delight, what do you think about that comment? It's, you know, he was just getting carried by us. We were just taking a good care of him, and he was getting carried. I agree. I literally didn't do much stuff there. Now you guys are one match away to finish your perfect round robin journey. It's gonna be up against Lip Sandbox. Delight, how are you feeling about that? I hope we can finish the 9-0 record for the first round robin. As long as we perform like this today, it's not gonna be a problem at all. And we will keep doing our best and display the best performance possible together with Delight. So last question, any message for all the Genji fans? Thank you so much for the support, and we will always work hard in order to repay all the support and love from my fans. Thank you for coming to Low Park today, and I'll do better. And this will be the end of the interview from Delight Pace on the side of Genji, and I'm gonna pass it back to the space. Thank you.